Hello, my friends. How are you doing? I know I look a little bit like a sports commentator today because I want to check out with you the new Google I/O event. They made major announcements that are going to change the landscape of AI. Let's just get started with this. So I'm using the CNET video for that. They have a nice cut. I'll link it below the video. Here they talk about the 1.5 million developers. They're using Gemini. And I think it's probably a lot more than that.
Use Gemini models across our tools. You're using it to debug code, get new insights, and to build the next generation of AI applications.
I'm using it like that myself, and I have to say, not just ChatGPT, also Gemini is amazing at that. I'm learning Python 3 right now for the coding, but using these large language model as your private teacher is an absolutely amazing and rewarding experience, because not only can it explain to you everything you need to know, but you can go deeper into the content with the code. For example, I let it give me different examples on how the code works, different exercises, then test my code and see how good it is and show me improvements on how I could write that code better. All of that is like having a really patient and very skilled private teacher.
We've also been bringing Gemini's breakthrough capabilities across our products in powerful ways.
Now, this is one thing I'm very excited with Google, which I think sets Google apart from a lot of these other companies out there. They have a major landscape of different devices and tools and services where the AI is being integrated. Now, even if you're using an iPhone, you still have either Android devices you use, for example, for streaming your videos, or you have different Google services like Gmail, Google Search, YouTube, Google Pics, stuff like that that you're using in every day. And the important part about that is that the AI can access all of this kind of behavior and data and things you upload and how you interact with that. For example, checking through your mails, helping you filter out important information, summarize multiple conversations for you into one, stuff like that. That makes it a very useful assistant that works beside you. And this is the major application of AI. Is not AI replacing you or doing stuff for you 100%, but being your coach, being your assistant, being your teacher next to you. That's very important for AI.
Today, we have some exciting new progress to share about the future of AI assistants that we're calling Project Astra. Building on our Gemini model, we've developed agents that can process information faster by continuously encoding video frames, combining the video and speech input into a timeline of events, and caching this for efficient recall.
This is also one of the major parts. How can AI run faster for you in the background? Because having it near real time or even real time is majorly important for most of the things you want to do with AI, especially if you want to integrate it into your real life, not be in your way, not be in your face, but actually being beside you as a second part of yourself.
Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
This is a major thing for AI, where it remembers in time how you interacted with it and where things are. Now, this is a simple example where it just shows something that is just a meter away. But think about the recordings you have, the interactions you have with AI over a longer time in your life. For example, the whole library of the tens of thousands of pictures you've uploaded to the Google photo storage, or all of the emails you have written. But also, for example, a lot of people now, like I do, have cameras in their home for security reasons, or maybe if you want to watch your children in another room, that you can have this memory, this interaction and say, oh, where did my kid leave that toy? Where are my keys? Stuff like that could be very, very helpful. And of course, with the everyday life also. Compression problems.
What can I add here to make this system faster?
Adding a cache between the server and database could improve speed.
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
This is also the multimodal area where this becomes really important, where you have text, you have video, you have audio, you have the interaction with the device that can help you with problems, so it can actually replace parts of your experience, of your learning process, of your knowledge, but also, for example, if you interact with other people, that it can translate for you, or it can give you deeper information if you don't understand the context because you're not from that background. The AI can explain it to you.
Today, I'm excited to announce our newest, most capable generative video model called Veo. Veo creates high-quality 1080p videos from text, image, and video prompts.
This looks very much like Sora. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure also like with Sora that the quality of the videos is not going to be as perfect as they show it here. When you saw this kind of Sora music video, it was mind-blowing, it was amazing, but every scene had a lot of mistakes in them. The good thing here is, as you can see, as he just said, it's high resolution, so it's 1080p output, which is really important to have, and then also it's multimodal input, which means you have text, images, and video input, which can be really helpful. Probably nothing like ControlNet or IPA, things like that.
It can capture the details of your instructions in different visual and cinematic styles. You can prompt for things like aerial shots of a landscape or a time-lapse, and further edit your videos using additional prompts.
The further editing, also a great touch here, that you're not stuck with the video, but you can actually change it, adapt it, improve it in the way you want it to be. Now, they don't really clarify what they mean with that. It's going to be in painting, out painting, any kind of other thing, or it's just going to give you a new version. But to have the functionality, even in a slight way, is very nice.
You can use Veo in our new experimental tool called Video FX. We're exploring features like storyboarding and generating longer scenes.
This is also amazing, where you can extend it, especially if it is consistent to the style, it's consistent to what's happening in the scene.
Veo gives you unprecedented creative control.
Core technology is Google DeepMind's generative video model that has been trained to convert input text into output video.
It looks good.
We are able to bring ideas to life that were otherwise not possible. We can visualize things on a timescale that's 10 or 100 times faster than before.
That is one of the crucial elements. Like, if you have ever done anything with video, especially if you look for stock content online, it can take forever to find that stock content, anything that fits. And then the problem is, if you find one scene, the next scene that you find is not matching the same style, is not matching the same vibe. So that is really complex. Now, to be able to do that with AI, that is worth its weight in gold. Now, the other thing that I have a real beef with all these stock pages is the licensing, because usually you have to use the license for only one use, and that one use can also be limited to just one platform, and this can really drive you crazy, especially if you have a lot of assets from different packs where you don't even remember where you got that asset from, and then you have to go through all these pages to all these packs and to renew the license for this specific project. That is just like robbing you of so much time. And then on the other hand, of course, as you know, like for example with Midjourney, and this is one of the good things with cloud hosting, is you can go together into a server and create pictures. Everybody is seeing what is going on. You can storyboard, you can stay in the flow, you can exchange ideas, you can use the images of other partners or other people of the team and remix them. That is live process across the world. That is really, really good.
We are excited to announce the 6th generation of TPUs called Trillium.
TPU, that's an interesting thing. That's a Google thing also. Now, TPU means the Tensor Processing Unit. So this is basically like a CPU or a GPU, but it's optimized for AI, and hopefully being that much faster, that much more efficient.
Trillium delivers a 4.7x improvement in compute performance per chip over the previous generation. It's our most efficient and performant TPU today. We'll make Trillium available to our cloud customers in late 2024. Alongside our TPUs, we are proud to offer CPUs and GPUs to support any workload.
This is another benefit that you can have with cloud, is that you can scale your AI projects with your customers, the services you want to offer, by just adding more through the cloud. So you don't have to build your own server system.
That includes the new Axion processors we announced last month, our first custom ARM-based CPU with industry-leading performance and energy efficiency. We are also proud to be one of the first cloud providers to offer NVIDIA's cutting-edge Blackwell GPUs available in early 2025. One of the most exciting transformations with Gemini has been in Google Search.
If you look at NVIDIA, they have going into the sky, not just with their technology, but also with their stock, of course, because they are one of the major investors and researchers into the technology, not just on the software side, but also on the hardware side for the AI technologies. So that is really amazing what they are doing. And to have this kind of cooperation with Google, of course, is very important to have not just the creator of the technology, but also the actual provider of these different services.
In the past year, we've answered billions of queries as part of her search generative experience. People are using it to search in entirely new ways and asking new types of questions, longer and more complex queries.
I want to know in the comments if you have also noticed that about yourself, because with AI, especially AIs that are connected to the internet for live search like Gemini is, that you have much more precise questions you ask. Like I actually ask the thing I want to know specifically, while in the past with Google searches, I would rather search for the broader term and then look through the specific results. Basically, AI has become what Maps or Google Maps has become for location. But in this case, it's not a map of a local space. It is a map of the global information structure with all of the knowledge of mankind. And you can actually pinpoint and go directly to that little grain of information you want to have.
I'm excited to announce that we'll begin launching this fully revamped experience, AI overviews, to everyone in the US this week, and we'll bring it to more countries soon.
And you're looking for the perfect restaurant. What you get here breaks AI out of the box, and it brings it to the whole page. Our Gemini model uncovers the most interesting angles for you to explore and organizes these results into these helpful clusters. Like you might never have considered restaurants with live music or ones with historic charm. Our model even uses contextual factors like the time of the year.
Searching with AI can contextualize what you're looking for and prepare the information specifically on not just what you want, but also what is happening at the same time, because it understands the context from both sides. It's not just about specifically what you search for, but also what time of day is it, what time of year is it, what weather is it outside, how can we combine that in a functioning result for you, making it not just information that is neutral and objective, but information results that are subjective to my request, to my need, and to the emotional background that I put into the question.
Why will this not stay in place? Google gives me an AI overview. I guess some reasons this might be happening and steps I can take to troubleshoot. So looks like first, this is called a toner. Very helpful. And it looks like it may be unbalanced, and there's some really helpful steps here. And I love that because I'm new to all this, I can check out this helpful link from Audio-Technica.
I love this about AI. I was cutting my POV photo video, and I had much trouble with that because it was the first time where I had multiple cameras. I had to cut them together, and my video was lagging. It was stopping every 2 seconds and then starting again. I did not be able to figure out what is the problem. I asked Gemini, and Gemini told me it might be your mouse. Disconnect your mouse and try a different mouse that is connected through Bluetooth. And that was it. That is crazy. Who knows stuff like that? And then the AI comes to you like an expert and says, hey, this is the solution.
And this summer, you can have an in-depth conversation with Gemini using your voice. We're calling this new experience Live. You can even interrupt while Gemini is responding, and it will adapt to your speech pattern.
Multimodal, super important to have different ways of input. As many as possible is good. Using the voice comes a little bit late. They should have added that a lot earlier, especially because Google and Google Search already has that. Not sure why this comes so late. It keeps you hand-free. It keeps the process away from you and gives you the result. And that is so important for AI not to be in your face.
When you go live, you'll be able to open your camera so Gemini can see what you see and respond to your surroundings in real time. The way I use Gemini isn't the way you use Gemini. So we're rolling out a new feature that lets you customize it for your own needs and create personal experts on any topic you want. We're calling these Write Your Instructions Once and Come Back Whenever You Need It.
I'm not 100% a fan of that, especially because the GPTs from ChatGPT, personally, I think was kind of a fail. I didn't like them, especially because you're very limited, even though you pay for the interactions you actually have. So I hope that with Gemini, it will stay unlimited interactions. Could be nice to say, for example, I want to have this gem, as they call it, just for example, being my guru and advising me, and then have another one that is just for coding. But then on the other hand, I kind of feel like the AI should learn from me and figure it out on its own and understand on its own at what time, what kind of thing is needed. I guess this might be an in-between thing where AI is not ready for that yet, so you can help it a little bit along the way.
Multi-year journey to reimagine Android with AI at the core. And it starts with 3 breakthroughs you'll see this year. First, we're putting AI-powered search right at your fingertips, creating entirely new ways to get the answers you need. Second, Gemini is becoming your new AI assistant on Android, there to help you anytime. And third, we're harnessing on-device AI to unlock new experiences that work as fast as you do while keeping your sensitive data private.
Personally, with this announcement, I'm a little bit disappointed because first of all, that search thing you can already do. It's not a new thing. You just hold down the circle on your Android device and then the Google search comes up and uses your screen so you can point at what you want to search for and it searches for that. That already works. Of course, if it's more supported, integrated in Gemini and has all these AI features and abilities, that adds some value. The local thing with AI might be nice, but I want to see how well that works, especially based on the limited computing power that your smartphone has. It should be able to do it fast, especially on the faster, newer, more premium devices out there.
Be your perfect study buddy? It's been a while since I've thought about kinematics. If he's stumped on this question, instead of putting me on the spot, he can circle the exact part he's stuck on and get step-by-step instructions.
Now, we're making Gemini context aware, so it can anticipate what you're trying to do and provide more helpful suggestions in the moment.
Having AI as a teacher is really cool. This kind of integration as your learning process, as your partner, as your assistant, that is the real value where AI is going to shine.
Let me show you how this works. My friend Pete is asking if I want to play pickleball this weekend. So I'm going to reply and try to be funny, and I'll say, is that like tennis, but with pickles? This would be actually a lot funnier with a meme, so let me bring up Gemini to help with that. And I'll say, create image of tennis with pickles. OK, so that generates some pretty good images. What's nice is I can then drag and drop any of these directly into the messages app below, so like so. And now I can ask specific questions about the video. So for example, what is can't type, the 2-bounce rule? By the way, this uses signals like YouTube's captions, which means you can use it on billions of videos. So give it a moment, and there.
The first thing that he showed with the meme creation, I think this is going to be one of the biggest parts of how AI is going to be used by creating content live for us. Now, there's not just images. If you go to Suno, for example, you can create amazing music. And for example, let's say your granny has birthday. You want to make a song for that. You want to put some elements, some moments of her life and some things you share with her emotionally into that song, into the lyrics. So you can have the AI make a song. You can have the AI make a nice card art for you. You can make the AI have a nice video for the kind of occasion. You send it to your spouse, you send it to your friends. This is going to be a major point of where AI is going to be useful, especially because the result is not so important from the quality, from exactly what you get. You just want to have something that's nice because you're just sharing it for a second, because already images, musics, memes, GIFs, little video clips have replaced a lot of the interactions we usually would have with the language. Now, if you can create specifically what you want to have, this can become the personalized, individualized expression, creating billions of forms of content that are just meant to be consumed once and then forgotten. Now, the other thing that he's presenting here with the video learning, I find that a little bit tricky, because what he said right now, and you can already use this on Gemini, is where you have a YouTube video link, and what it actually does, it's not looking at the video, it's just looking at the subtitles that are created by YouTube and figuring out the context for you through the subtitle text. It's really useful, but I wish it would also check out at least some of the video so I can ask some questions about the actual video. And this is what you cannot really do right now.
So instead of trolling through this entire document, I can pull up Gemini to help. And again, Gemini anticipates what I need and offers me an Ask This PDF option. So if I tap on that, Gemini now ingests all of the rules to become a pickleball expert. For example, are spin serves allowed? And there you have it. It turns out, nope, spin serves are not allowed.
One thing I want to see in that kind of context is that AI not just anticipates what I want to do, but also suggests to me what I should ask. Because one of the biggest things about not knowing something and lacking the experience with that thing is that you don't know what to ask, because you don't know what there is to ask about. So the AI should be able to suggest to you these things might be important for you to ask, especially as a beginner, especially going into the field, or based on the questions you have asked in the past, the interest you've shown in the past, again, the history of the interactions across multiple accounts, multiple devices, multiple apps and tools. So the AI looks at that, says, oh, this guy has this past experience I know about, so he should ask these kind of questions about that kind of document.
Starting with Pixel later this year, we'll be expanding what's possible with our latest model, Gemini Nano with multimodality. This means your phone can understand the world the way you understand it. So not just through text input, but also through sights, sounds, and spoken language.
Here's another key element why this is so important. Because if the AI has this connection to all of your apps, all of your devices, all of the things you use, and has all this kind of information, it can basically prepare for you information before you need it so that you save on render time. It can be faster, preemptively answer questions for you, prepare information for you. One example for that would be a thing that Amazon is doing, where they, for example, if you look at a product several times over several days, they will ship that product physically closer to you so that when you order it, you can get it the same day or the next day. Now think about all of the information that needs some render time to be prepared. For example, he's waking up at that time, so at that time he wants to have the news and other informations. Let's already compress that into a summarized clip and show that, and boom, it's ready for you. So while all of that was really interesting, one thing I'm really missing here is any inclusion or mention of open source. Where are these 1.5 million developers that use Gemini are integrated in that process? I would really have liked to see that, where they say we open up several avenues so that we can put our creativity and power and ingenuity into the further development of AI. Because for all of the amazing things they showed today, one thing is lacking, and that is based on the different ideas and concepts out of the community from their individual cultural and age-related backgrounds and their needs. That is my wish for Google be more open for open source, and integrate the community into your creation process. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments. Like and subscribe this video, and see you soon. Bye. Oh, you're still here. So this is the end screen. There's other stuff you can watch like this or that. It's really cool. And yeah, I hope I see you soon. Leave a like if you haven't yet. And well, yeah,